Hey guys, what's up? Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you've been here before. Today, as you can tell by the title, we're going to be doing a full face of the cheapest makeup that I own. So not cheap because it was on sale or clearance, but cheap because that's how much it costs when if you were still going to buy this, it would still be cheap. So if you want to see how I got this look and all the products that I used, make sure to stay tuned, keep on watching, and without further ado, let's begin the video. Okay, so to get started, I'm going to be using the Believe Beauty foundation. You can get this at your local Dollar General. It's Dollar General exclusive. I'm using mine right now in the shade Nude, and this works for me pretty much anytime. I usually use about 2 pumps. I've already got my skincare on, and I don't usually use a primer, so I'm just gonna dot that all over. Let me know if you guys prefer more of a tutorial type video, or if you prefer just me showing you what I'm using and chatting about other stuff, or if you want like more of an instructional type video. So I'm just going to blend this in with my IT Cosmetics Love is the Foundation brush. I'm not doing high-end and drugstore priced brushes. I'm just using ones that I use all the time, which is a mix of both anyway. So, and then for concealer, I'm going to use the Essence Keep Me Covered concealer. I'm not sure what the shade name is. I can look up on my Ulta orders and see if I can find it on there, but I don't know if this is This concealer's okay. It's not my favorite. Some of the stuff I just pulled for the sake of like price for the video. I don't know that this is my best shade for this concealer, no matter what shade my skin tends to be or happens to be. It's a little more yellow than I would like. And then I'm just gonna press that in with my sponge. See, I don't know if you'll be able to tell. You can't see in this lighting, but it doesn't cover as well on my under eyes as I would like. It does build on itself in the sense that it doesn't get like weird, but it doesn't really add much more coverage. I'm just gonna add a little bit more right here. And I'm gonna let that set while I powder the other parts of my face. So for powder, I pulled the Rimmel London Stay Matte powder. Mine's in the shade Transparent. Where did that go? I move everything when I record because I need to in order to fit my tripod here. So now I can't find the stuff that I need. It doesn't pick up very much on the brush, like I'm swirling and it doesn't pick up a ton. I'm just gonna tamp that in. Normally I like a loose powder and I'll go in with my sponge and press it in, but I don't want to get my sponge on the pressed compact because I don't want to do the hard pan thing. And this time I'm just trying to keep it more concentrated instead of tapping it out so much this way. It'll help give me a little bit more coverage. My sponge is pretty well dry, but the reason I didn't use the bottom is because it has foundation and concealer on it. So I'm going to turn the other side, this is filthy, but and kind of swirl that in a little bit. And set my under eye. I used to love a matte face, and now I'm not so much into that. Press whatever's left over. And then, you guys know I love the Jaclyn loose kind of dewy powder, but what I used before I got that powder was the, I don't even know if you can get this anymore, but that's okay. The Wet n Wild Reserve Your Cabana. This is supposed to be, you guys, a bronzer. If you've never seen this before, it's labeled a bronzer. This will probably be backwards for you, but bronzer. It's not a bronzer. So I'm just going to take the same brush that I went in with the translucent powder and put this all over the rest of my face, even where I've already set. And I'm just going in with a light amount. I think e.l.f. makes like a Halo Glow setting powder. You could try that, since I don't think you can get this Wet n Wild one for as cheap as it used to be anyway. I think you can still find it, but they've of course marked it way up. And then for bronzer, I don't have a lot of bronzer that's even for sale anymore. If you guys didn't know, I went through a lot of my collection and weeded so much stuff out, but even that stuff was older. But I'm going to go in with the L'Oreal Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer in the shade Tan. This bronzer is fine. I'm not sure it's the best shade for me at any point in time, but I bought it online, so we're just going to make it work. Technically, my Makeup Geek bronzer is cheaper than this because it's $1 now, but I'm not going off of like if I got it on sale or clearance or something. That doesn't really count to me. This is gonna look orange until I get it all, till we're all done. This is a trust the process situation. Okay guys, and then for, trying to find spots to put my stuff, for highlighter, I love this one, the Essence Pure Nude highlighter in the shade Be My Highlight. It's kind of a baked looking product. I don't know if it's actually baked. Yeah, baked highlighter powder, says so right on the back. This is not, there's no like shimmer or glitter in this at all. It's just a super pretty, smooth highlight. Really swirl it in, work it into the skin. And then for blush, if you guys watched my Dollar Tree, it was kind of like a mini shopping vlog, but I went to the Dollar Tree and I've been looking for this LA Colors blush for a long time. Taryn here on YouTube talks about this, how it's one of her favorite blushes, and I've been looking for it at so many Dollar Trees since she started talking about it, and I finally found it the other day. It does have sparkle in it, but I don't really feel like it shows up on the cheeks once you blend it in. It's incredibly pretty. I also found a CoverGirl Cheekers blush that day, but that's not always at the Dollar Tree, so I didn't want to use that. Like, even though this is my channel and I make the rules, I kind of wanted to stick to some sort of a set of boundaries here for what I pulled. And then for contour, I don't have a drugstore contour at all. The only thing I have that's not in like a full face palette form that you can still buy is the Smashbox Cali Contour palette and the Kat Von D or KVD Shade Light palette. So instead I pulled this Kylie contour. This is in the shade Khaki. I don't know if you can get this anymore, but if you can, it's usually on sale quite often. That's when I got this. I need to look for some drugstore contour things. So if you guys have any recommendations, definitely leave those down below, because I'm almost out of my Shade Light palette. I'm like scraping the edges. Then we can start on the eyeballs. I did not know you could not get the Wet n Wild Comfort Zone palette anymore. I was gonna use that, but it is like, I found it for like $16 on Walmart's website, like some third-party seller. So we're not gonna use that, but we are gonna use this Wet n Wild palette. It's called Always Naked. I really do enjoy this palette. So I can do what I normally do for my eyeshadow look, which is, I mean, like basically brown all over the lid, or I could do kind of a look with it and then try to recreate that look with a high-end palette, because I'm going to do the cheapest stuff that I own, like a face of the cheapest makeup that I own and a face of the most expensive makeup that I own. So I could either try to recreate this face, like this look, with the high-end stuff, or I could just use the high-end stuff and do whatever look I can get out of that. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I'm kind of leaning towards trying to replicate the look completely, like as far as eyeshadow really goes. You let me know if you have a preference. If not, I'm probably just gonna try to recreate this. So maybe to make it fun, I don't know if I'm gonna end up liking it because I'm a creature of habit, but I'll try to do something kind of fun. So I'm going to get rid of any creases that are on my lids, and then we're going to go in with some eyeshadow. So to start off the look, I'm going to use this shade here. This palette does kick up a lot. I'm going to get fresh brushes for this. Fresh, clean brush. Fluff it out a little bit. Like, look. I don't know if you can see that. Maybe you can see how much shadow's in the pan. Just gonna set up my crease with this. You guys, I feel like old YouTube is kind of coming back around. I hoped that it would. I think a lot of us did. Like, not the drama and the overproduced stuff, but like longer form videos and more tutorial based things, and videos like this, or like what's in my bag, or you know, I love stuff like that. I still, if somebody posts it, I still watch it. I still enjoy that kind of content. I don't really do warm eyeshadow looks anymore, but I think I'm gonna go into, I might mix these two shades. We'll see. No, I'm gonna mix them and just deepen up the crease even more. I think we might play with the glitter that's in this palette too. Oh good, my mom just got the e.l.f. Camo Concealer at my suggestion and she likes it. I'm always nervous to give a recommendation because everyone likes such different things, and I take it personally, that not in a bad way, like I'm upset at them. I'm upset like, oh no, I gave them, like, it didn't work. I feel so bad. Try to scooch up a little closer while I'm doing my eye makeup. I cannot bring this any closer because it has these legs, like the tripod of this has these legs that stick out, and I can't do anything about it. Kind of drag that up towards my brow a little bit more. And then I'm going to deepen this up further somehow, some way. It looks like I have a filter on this and I don't. I'm going to mix the shade and like some of these. just kind of bounce around between those three and deepen up my crease even more. And I'm going in with a much smaller, like pencil type brush. And it helps to leave your mouth open so you can concentrate. If you really need to concentrate, you can stick your tongue out. Just went into the wrong shade. That's okay. Same thing on the other eye. I'm going to go back into the warm shade and the cool shade right next to it and mix those together and kind of bring the warmth up a little higher to fill this space some more. And then when I basically have nothing left on my brush, I'm gonna blend it out farther. I like this palette, but it does have a lot of kick up. So it's just kind of wasteful to me. I'm not done blending. I'm not done blending. But since I have this brush out, I'm going to go ahead and do my lower lash line. Again with that warm shade and the cool shade right next to it. Then I'm going to go back in with this shade at the same brush and just kind of buff the edges out some. And then I'll go back in with the blending brush I used. And I'm going to go in with these two shades here and blend out the edges some more. That kind of gave me a bruise look, so that's cool. When all else fails, you can take what's left on your sponge or whatever and just kind of go around the edge, not with more product, but just with anything that's left. It just kind of helps. I'm not loving this, but that's okay. That's okay. Okay, I'm just gonna take the warm shade and start putting that on. I think I'm gonna do like a halo eye on. I'm just gonna leave a little blank space in the center. It'll all come together with brows and lashes. That's what I'm telling myself. All these shades just kind of, they're so soft, they just kind of. I've enjoyed this palette when I do like my usual eye look, which is just a brown all over, one brown all over. But this is giving me a little bit more fits, but that's okay. I'm not going anywhere today, and it's just makeup. It'll wash off. So, on the lid, I don't know that I want to do glitter now, but I think I'll go in with this shade right here. It's like a soft gold, and just on my finger we'll see what that looks like. And then just kind of tap out the edges a little bit. It's not super metallic looking. It's more metallic looking in person than it is on camera. I need to figure out a way to like have a mirror behind this, and so I can use like the regular rear facing camera on my phone instead of the front facing camera, because I know that would look a lot better, but I need to be able to see what's going on. Let's be brave and do a little glitter. It's probably going to end up all over my face later, but that's okay, because I'm not using any sort of a glue. So I'm just using the glitter, getting a little bit on, and we'll just tap that. It's got like some multi-dimensional sparkle. It's not just... Can you see it? Can you see it? And then for liner, I'm going to go into the shade right here. And just stick real close to my lash line, so we don't cover up too much of what's on the center of our lid. I would highly recommend using like NYX glitter glue or something if you're going to use that glitter shade. I didn't feel like it. I'm going to do brows next. I don't have anything different to use for high-end. This is just my favorite NYX Lift and Snatch Brow Tint Pen in the shade Black. It's just a really fine brush tip. I'm just going to create my brow. I start with the flicks at the front. There's the brows. Then I'm going to go in with the Milani Make It Last Natural Finish setting spray. This is the Big Daddy size. And then to highlight my inner corners and brow bone, I'm going to go in with the ColourPop Flexitarian. I just ate that. Super Shock highlighter. And then we'll keep it cheap and we'll use the pearly shade here in the Wet n Wild palette. Okay. Then I'll do brow gel, mascara. These are things I don't have like cheap substitutes for. This one, these are all like affordable. I don't have like high-end substitutes for. You'll see when we do the video. The NYX Control Freak brow gel. I like that I can gloop up the product on the end of this because that's what I use to really set the tail of my brow because they're pretty wonky, and then I'll lay it flat and drag through the rest. And then for top lashes, I'm using the Essence Volume Stylist Lash Extension Mascara. It's just black. I don't have any other mascaras open. I have like a mascara primer I could use that's high-end, but I try to just keep 1 or 2 mascaras open at a time. Why? I'm gonna put on falsies, so I'm not overly concerned with building a great lash. This mascara is okay. It's getting better with time. And then for lower lashes, this is the Ulta Beauty Lash Flash Warm Water Wash Off Mascara. It's a tubing mascara. Oh, well, it's really hard to see because of the packaging. I do really like this. I have a problem with most mascaras smudging on my lower lash line, so I'll use a tubing mascara or a waterproof. Preferably a tubing mascara. I like the Tarte tubing mascara better than this one, but for the price, this is pretty good. Does the job, and it's not hard to remove. And I'm going to pop on some false lashes. See, it gives a pretty good lash, really. I don't have super long lashes, and I'm 1 coat of that mascara. I'm happy with it. But I'm going to put on falsies because that's what I do. The ones that I'm going to use are the Kiss So Wispy lashes in the style, almost said shade, in the style Pompadour. I have a set that I've been using. I use these until I cannot use them anymore. I don't care if they're cheap or expensive. Almost always they're cheap, but like, I'm not going to just use them a couple times and pitch them. And then the lash glue I've been using is the Kiss Strip Lash Adhesive with Aloe. It's the formaldehyde and latex free one, and it's clear. It's just a brush tip lash glue. I prefer a brush tip lash glue as opposed to a squeezy tube. And just get a thin band. I'll show you here in a sec. Just get a thin band of glue on the lash. A thin band of glue. Let it sit for at least 30 to 45 seconds. And then to apply the lashes, I'm going to use this lash applicator tool. This one's from Red Aspen, and it's a great tool. I'm pretty sure they still sell these. but any lash applicator tool like this will do. I think this was only like 10 bucks anyways. Okay, now that the lashes have sat there a little bit, I'm gonna pinch them together at the base as close as I can. Pinch them together with my real lashes. Helps eliminate any gapping, any gaps. And then press them up a little bit. I've got glitter all over my face. This one looks wonky. All right, so that is the, oh no, we're gonna do a lip. Just kidding, hold on. We'll go in with the Essence 8 Hour Matte Automatic Lip Liner in the shade Rosy Nude. This is a pretty close dupe for Charlotte Tilbury Pillow Talk. They're so dry. Got a new subscriber, Miss Sweetheart. Subscribe to your channel. Hi, Miss Sweetheart, if you're here watching. Welcome. There's that. I'm gonna do a little bit of a lip stick. I'm gonna use a Jaclyn one because you can get them for like $5 now. I know I said I wasn't gonna do that, but I don't have a lot of lip product anymore, so we're gonna do that. I'm gonna go in with the Jaclyn liquid lip in the shade Be Brave. Morphe has some really good liquid lips too for an affordable price point. Pretty close to what I have on for a lip liner. The Essence lip liners, once they dry or set or whatever, they get a little bit darker. On me anyway. That's why I said it's a pretty close dupe to Pillow Talk. But it's not exact. That is it for this. That's all for this video of using the cheapest makeup that I have. Cheap, not in like the relative sense, but like literally the stuff that I paid the least amount of money for, that like that's what it would cost if you were still to buy it, not because it was on clearance. Makeup, that's like the longest title ever. But I hope you liked this video. If you did, please stick around, subscribe, give me a thumbs up, hit the bell to be notified whenever I upload a video, and be on the lookout for the expensive version of this. I'll pull all of the most expensive stuff that I have and we will create a look either similar to this one or completely different. I don't know yet, but it'll be fun. So yeah, if you guys like this video, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe if you have not already. And until next time, I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Are you okay? Are you okay? Scared the shit out of me too. Oh, Henry, what are we gonna do? What are we gonna do? I guess we can do a lip too. I don't know what high-end lip product I would do, but Charlotte Tilbury. We can do Charlotte Tilbury. Charlotte Tilbury. If you have any facial piercings, don't forget to clean them off after you do your makeup. Right, that'll be enough of that. Goodbye. Toodaloo.